We are heading into series number 3, and it is our first time seeing the one of the teams in this. It is going to be Tempo Storm versus Team Kick incoming.
Yep, and I believe that the last time Tempo Storm played in EU,
it was like
they lost in the round of 16 of a Go4 to Team Dignitas.
I think that might be the case as well.
Unless we've seen them in the Gosu since then.
I don't know. I
know Complexity played the Gosu.
They did, which is cool. But for now, loading bar has finished on my screen. We're waiting for someone to just finish loading in. And there we go. We are loaded. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hoss, would you like to introduce the team on the left?
I will indeed. It is going to be Team Kick, the GLHFs are going out. Alex the Pro G, they're going for this nice colour coordinators, except Taz. Taz is like, nope. Alex Pro G on Tyrande, Rollick on the Zeratul, Vonathil on Rhaegar, Mopsio on the Diablo, and Taz Dingo being the odd one out in green on the Jaina.
No, Zeratul's green.
Zeratul looks blue.
He's green. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Look at his gems.
Blue, but he looks blue because he's stealthed.
Yep. And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is the Americans' Tempo Storm. And starting in the top lane, it is KO on the Lost Vikings. In the mid lane, it is going to be... Oh, God, how on earth do you pronounce that? Glaurung. Glaurung, hooray. Pronounce it right. It's going to be Glaurung on the ETC. In the bot lane, it is Soldier on the Tassadar, Dread, aka Dreadnought, on the Ufa, who ran out of room for his name, and Arphalon on the Sylvanas.
It is indeed. They have 2 specialists on their roster, so Arphalon taking the job of Sylvanas, leaving KO on the Vikings. As they're going to be going up against a Rhaegar, so this should be a nice easy lane for the Vikings, it has to be said.
Indeed, much better than what you'd expect a lot of Vikings to go up against, where you have to micro very heavily in order to keep yourself safe. Just getting out.
Flipped into stun, into slow, and just about escaping that one.
Yeah, popping Fountain though, so it's going to have to play a little bit passively for the moment. And once again, we're not seeing anyone we're not seeing the Ufa take block, and this is like the 3rd time I think we've seen that tonight. Once again, going for the Conjurer's Pursuit.
Yeah, I'm really going for this late game style here.
Very much so. And we're also seeing the Zeratul going for the rapid displacement rather than the greater radius on Cleave. Just going for more mobility rather than that extra team fight damage.
Yep, as we're going to see this Roam squad yet again. They used it so greatly, did Kick, up against an RV in the early game. It's just their late game let them down. But the Mopsio and Alex Roam squad, and you can see Alex waiting on the wings here. It's going to be 3 versus 4 because Jaina still isn't here. They're going to flip Glaurung though into the Lunar Flare. He gets shielded by the Tasta. Alex is completely trapped in. He gets taken down. Glaurung now getting pretty low himself as well. Rollick and Mopsio trying to get some damage down, but they won't be enough there to find the kill. Yep. As it's going to be Tempo Storm to grab tonight's first kill.
Indeed, Glaurung able to tank his way through, and yeah, pretty much exactly what you said there. Alex the Pro G just getting a bit caught out in terms of his positioning and becoming the first blood there. Also like to point out, ETC running scouting drone, yet to actually put one down.
Nice.
Which may have actually saved him from being ganked a bit earlier, but we will have to see. Level 4 talents are about to be available for both teams, and we're seeing Standard Self, we're seeing this protective shield out of Ufa, Echo Pedal from the ETC, Spin to Win, of course, from the Vikings. There, we're finally seeing a scouting drone using it to see enemies coming into this tribute area, which is a good idea. The fire from Mopsio does not hit Dread, and that's actually going to allow Dread to grab the first tribute. Blizzard does not land in time.
There it is, Tempo Storm getting a little bit more of a lead here. They've already got the XP lead and the kill lead, so they're going to go for the tribute lead now as well. They're going to push this bot lane out with Soldier, Dread, and Arthalon. Olaf falls in the top lane, however. Well, meanwhile, KO was soaking the mid lane with Eric and Baylog.
It was just Baylog there. Eric came up from bot lane.
Okay.
Yep, and we're seeing a more standard build on the Jaina for the moment, going for that Arcane Intellect instead, and going for that duration of the chill, rather than the increased slow, but those two seem to be fairly interchangeable from a lot of players these days.
Certainly so, as it's tribute time yet again here, and in the bot lane again, meaning that the 3rd one is going to be in the top lane somewhere.
Oh, Dread's about to get tackled, and where's the flip? No flip, actually, and no Lunar Flare either, not getting the follow-up.
Just holding on to that one. I guess they know how hard it can be to drop an Uther. There it is onto Arthlon, who's a lot squishier. He is able to jump away, dodging out the Lunar Flare, but he will fall. Tastingo took a lot of damage there from Sylvanas in Venom. As Eric is running away, Dread taking a lot of damage too. He's forced back, has to use heals on himself. We have Glaurung just hanging back a little bit here. Just going to try and interrupt Mopsio. Eric does indeed fall, and Glaurung seems to have overstepped the mark here, as he's going to get slowed up by the Rhaegar.
That's the wrong way to run. He literally just let Vonnefield body block him there. He's attempting to micro out, dodges the Singularity Spike via pathing, but it's... there's the face and the power slide. Able to get out there. Very nice. But we're going to see the second tribute of the match go over to Team Kick, and that does even up the tribute count. And the kills, pretty even.
Yeah, 1 to 1.5. Two of the Vikings have died now. As this bot lane... Soldier and Arthlon just back it off, playing safe. They don't know where Tyrande and Diablo are, but we can see they're going to go for their own easy camp here.
Yep, they'll be going for the easy camp. Sylvanas heading up to the Tempo Storm easy camp as well. And once again, trick we talked about last time, the wonderful auto-attack the one furthest away and just use your Q to keep the one next to you permanently locked down. And then you basically take no damage. Owl flies past, gets some vision, but... it's not going to make a difference. They can tell that the enemy's doing exactly what they're doing. They're not going to go in and raid. Ooh, okay.
They're hanging on to it.
Yeah, I think they're just going to wait for the next tribute.
Well, no, they know the next tribute's top.
Yeah, so they're going to grab these guys and let them push the bot lane so that they get a bit of free damage out of this while the tribute is fought over. Two Vikings are being here, despite being on full health. I guess they're just going to
Look at Mopsio. Mopsio and Alex. They're going to engage onto Rollick. But look at this. They're going to try and get a flank round here. No, they you can see they kind of want to go in here. Mopsio certainly does.
Yeah, Rollick's here as well. There's the Oracle. That spots everyone. And Soldier came in from behind. So they see everything. And now, Tempo Storm just trying to hold this area. And the Vikings now spread out amongst all the lanes. Jaina has stayed bot lane as well to deal with these Siege Giants. So we're actually seeing Tempo Storm take mostly control, dodging out the Lunar Flare, Dread does. And he's just going back onto this tribute every time he can. Owl's going to deny it this time. And Team Kick just playing the denial game at the moment.
The case of what's going to stop the channel next. This time it's going to be just the presence of Mopsio, as he's going to force that one back. But I'm pretty sure Tempo Storm are okay with this because they're soaking all three lanes. Yeah, they can delay. They don't mind how long they're delayed. They can soak as much as they like. Only they do lose Eric in this bot lane to Tasdingo. Monofield not going to be able to mirror up in the top lane as Olaf is on full health. Olaf going to be back, whereas Balog just going to chill here. Looks like he's just going to group his Vikings up at the Bruiser camp. Yep, and then the Vikings will take that one. Sylvanas, though, taking the long route down to this bot lane just because of the presence of Mopsio. Must mean that Alex is near, and you don't want to risk getting caught out by those two. Dread and Soldier, where are they off to? It looks like they're going to go assist the Vikings at the hard camp as well. Very much so. So that's not going to be... they're not going to have too much trouble taking these out. We're going to see the Team Kick Bruiser camp also being taken by Mopsio and Alex the Pro G. They're going to be able to clear that up fairly efficiently. Heroics now available for both teams, and there's nothing out of the ordinary here. Team Kick actually giving up on this Bruiser camp because they know that the boss is being taken, so they need to start rolling up here to try and deny this. Tasdingo's on the way, but Tasdingo is so far away compared to everyone else except Sylvanas, but Sylvanas can just teleport over the wall. Yeah, but that jump is on cooldown now as Tempo Storm feel as if they try and have to engage this because they've just stopped taking the boss. They are going to go onto Vonethil. He takes a lot of damage. The stun lands onto Glaurung, however. Vonethil still holding on to this Ancestral. Divine Storm actually being taken there. Stuns up 3 players. The Longbow, of course, can't be CC'd by that APOC. Alex is low. Vonethil low. Rollick low. Glaurung dead. Tasdingo is also low, though. Arthlon trying to get into the back there, gets the shield from Taster, it's not enough. Rollick pop in the first aid, look how low they all are. They're now going on to Alex the Pro G. They are getting some damage down, they do pick that one up, but Mopsio is now the focus, even so they won't be able to drop him. Look at the damage coming out, even onto Olaf, it's tribute time as well. Yeah, that is a 2.5 for 1. Yeah. That's actually really impressive by Team Kick. They're now rolling down towards this tribute, or at least most of them are. Vonefil and Tasdingo are being back to base. Rollick rolls in, instantly gets Psystormed, so he's going to be denied for a bit. But now that Mopsio's here, Mopsio can hold this off for quite a while as the damage dealers
of Tempo Storm are not yet here. There's the scouting drone, and it looks like they're not going to be able to deny it. Galrong tanking an owl to the face is going to be able to block the deny, and that is the first curse of the game going over to Tempo Storm.
What do they do now? Do they go for push, or do they try and secure their boss? And it looks like they're going to try and secure the push. Going on to this mid lane with Sylvanas, of course. Sylvanas' trait now more or less useless here because of the curse.
Yeah, this is true, but not going to stop them. They're going to push as much as they can, but here is Team Kick, and there's the combo, but it's also going, there's the cleanse, beautiful out of Dread there, and that allows Tempo to turn around a bit. The Vikings, Olaf's currently AFK here. Olaf could probably help here. Yep, Rollick is attempting to sneak around. He does have Void Prism available. He's rolling in from the back here, looking for his opportunity. He kills off the healing totem. Silence only lands onto 2 members, both of the supporters. Mopsio gets the ancestral healing, though. There's the Apocalypse onto 2 people. Dread is gonna go down. KO is now helping here with the Olaf, but we're seeing Tempo in full retreat. Arphalon goes down, and now it is KO and Glaurung who are trapped away from the team. The Longboat Ray does come in. The rest of the Vikings just joined the fight, but it's a defensive Longboat rather than an offensive Longboat. This will not turn around the fight. This is just to try and stop the Team Kick chase.
Yep, Glaurung gonna grab that health globe. Going pretty far forward. They did get top and bot forts, however. They just weren't able to grab mids. They did get some XP. They've still got a massive wave bot and top. Top's going to get cleared by Vonathil and Mopsio. Bot by Dingo, of course, has so much AoE there. But look at this ballsy play coming out from Tempo Storm. They're going to try and go onto the boss here, as it's getting reacted to straight away by Mopsio and Vonathil.
Oh, in comes Rollick, getting a bit of harassment.
Rollick still has VP.
Yeah, this is just relentless out of Tempo Storm. They lost most of their team there in that fight and only just stopped the counter push while the curse was active, and they're still relentlessly seeking out objectives in the enemy side of the map. Just so much bravery here.
Question is, when does bravery become stupidity?
Yes, this is true, but they are not throwing away too many kills. They are, however, very much behind in kills. It is 6-2 at the moment. And let me have a look at the quick deaths. Most of the deaths are actually on Sylvanas at the moment.
Yep, Sylvanas on 3. Arthalon getting caught out quite a bit on her already.
We are blessed.
As they're now going to grab their own hard camp. Glaurung is seeing that. Well, this is a nice use of scanning drone just to get some intel. He doesn't have to go too deep himself to get the vision on the boss. But I believe that Team Kick were at least about to start that, but Glaurung stopping that one. They could now start their own because ETC has the stage dive available, or they could just hang around here and bait it out.
They are, in fact, going to hang around and bait, but there is the far sight going to show that the boss has not been started, and that is going to force Tempo to back out a bit. Arphalon just doing some harassment into this mid lane, try and push back this push that is coming out of Team Kick here. In the meantime, ETC's doing ETC things.
ETC is certainly doing ETC things, and the tribute isn't the best for him because he now has to back away.
Yeah, he has to actually walk to the tribute. He can't just stage dive in for style. But we are seeing the rest of Tempo Storm actually just start this boss. Looks like they're just going to abandon this tribute and just let Glaurung die as long as possible. But we can see the Team Kick here are doing their boss as well. Glaurung's just chilling here at the moment. He could actually probably grab the tribute while they were doing this if they weren't paying enough attention, but they are, unfortunately, keeping an eye on him.
Yep, as now Tempo Storm are rotating back down here. We could see Glaurung potentially run interference here, but it's just not worth it.
He might stage dive. No, Tempo aren't reacting in time.
No, they're way too far away.
Yep, instead we're going to see Sylvanas and Ufa push with this boss. Now it's just Sylvanas just push with the boss in the top lane. Everyone else, oh no, everyone else is moving up to the top lane as well. We're seeing almost a base race scenario at the moment, but Team Kick, playing it much safer, are all going to be back and defend the 5-man push out of Tempo rather than continue pushing with their boss, because, well, Sylvanas is going to make sure that the bot push from Tempo Storm comes out a lot quicker than the push from Team Kick.
Yep, as especially with this golem as well, the one down bot is going to get taken down by the towers, but it's going to be Arthur.
Oh, that cleanse again!
Coming out of Uther. The APOC didn't actually really do too much. Rollick now in a bit of trouble because of the longbow. That's a 3-man VP. Glaurung and KO are outside of it. The Starfall is on top of the VP once that finishes. As the longbow is doing some damage onto Mopsio. As soon as he steps into that Starfall, the Vikings get out.
Yeah, they're
'Cause again,
continuing
we're
the
in a
push, though.
situation, no one's really
Glaurung and Mopsio are just dueling each other on the side of the map. The boss is about to go down, which means that there might be some aggro going on to the team of Tempo Storm. Divine Storm doesn't really do that much. We're still going to see ETC die, and we're still going to see Dread die. And now the rest of Tempo Storm are in full retreat, but the Tribute's right here, so they're going to have to just retreat past it. And this does mean that they're going to have to ditch it, and this will become a curse for Team Kick. And Team Kick looking for kills as well. They're probably going to get Olaf here. Stun does not land, but he's still going to go down. And they do not lose their bottom keep, though.
Both keeps more or less on the same HP now, but Arthalon really just has to clear this wave and while the rest of his team deal with the incoming push from Team Kick. They're going to try and get onto either top or mid. This fort will probably go down for free. You can see Vonethil just bypassing it completely and going straight for the towers.
Yep, we do in fact see this. Team Kick just pushing onto the towers, like you said, just trying to go very aggressive. Rollick actually just wormholing from one side of the ball to the other, just to scout out who was there. And that is going to cause Team Kick to back up a bit and take this fort down first, so they can be a bit safer. Vonnefield taking a little bit of damage as he did a Feral Lunge in there.
Glaurung just stage dived and took out top keep,
nice.
And then based.
Well, that works.
Yeah,
if it works, now we're going to see rest of Tempo Storm headbot, and they're going to try and defend this keep with their lives. In comes Mopsio, though. He's going with the lives option. Arthalon does get cleansed once again. Mopsio is going to be able to grab this keep, but the chase is on. Kalo gets the water elemental, free man. Divine Storm did go down. Rollick is silenced, and this is the turnaround coming in from Tempo Storm, giving chase now. The Viking longbow is on Alex the Pro G. He goes down, and that is a 2-for-0 at the moment in favor of Tempo Storm. Water elemental is chasing Dread, which is a bit annoying, but he's just going to stun it and kill it off. Tempo Storm just going to start trying to get some counter damage done.
KO did a great job there. He was able to zone out Jaina, Tyrande, and Rhaegar, which meant that once Diablo fell, Rollick was all by himself up against an Uther, Tasta, and Sylvanas, and that's not where you want your Zeratul to be. We saw him get finished off by the longbow, and that was a really great fight for Tempo Storm. They didn't even have stage dive available, and they didn't even pop Archon.
Yeah, but this is pretty ideal for them. We're now going to see him back out. Glaurung does get demounted and gets a little bit of harass onto him. Tempo Storm, though, just going to start stealing these mercenaries when they can. Although Mopsio is here, he does get vision on him thanks to that Oracle. He's hanging around, though. He definitely wants to go for the steal. His team is here, except for Tyrande, but not going to risk it.
Yes.
No, their own boss is up in 1 minute. In fact, both bosses are up in 1 minute. Ping's going on towards Tempo Storm's own Bruiser camp there, as well as the Siege camp. By the time they take these, they could probably set up to either A, invade the boss, or B, secure their own.
Yep, this is looking to be the case. Having a look at some of the level 16 talents as we approach level 19 for both teams, it's still fairly standard stuff. Tastar going for the more utility stuff, going for the survivability with his dimensional shift build. We are seeing the Sylvanas, first one tonight, go for the blood for blood instead of the Cold's Embrace, which is a bit interesting. Most teams going for that Cold Embrace, getting that vulnerable damage down. And, well, Ufa going for the standard Benediction build that we're seeing on almost everyone nowadays. On the side of Team Kick, double bombs, pretty standard unless you're going for that extra damage or the auto attack build. We have the Northern Exposure from the from the Jaina, just that extra vulnerable damage. Second vulnerable on their team. And Blood for Blood out of Rhaegar, going for that huge burst damage of Feral Lunge Blood for Blood.
Yeah, and I guess with the Sylvanas talent there with the Blood for Blood, Arthalon's been dying a lot, and he just needed to add that bit more survivability in there, and tend to want at least one Blood for Blood on your team just to add a little bit more utility, the slow, the self-peel, and it's exactly what Arthalon's going for here, and they're just going to give up this tribute. Glaurung is down here. He's going to probably go scout out with this drone.
There's also the fact that the Blood for Blood is percentage damage on health, and it's really good for taking a good chunk out of a tank. Like 15% of target enemy's maximum health on a Diablo with max souls is going to chunk him. This Diablo, though, does not have max souls. He has 28. We are going to see Tempo Storm being back to base. They think that Team Kick are going to try and do something sneaky, and they are right. And Team Kick beginning to roll in. They're going to look to steal, but the Owl sees everything, and this is going to cause Team Kick to rethink this. Here comes the stage dive, but it's way too far back. Tempo Storm not going to give chase. They're just going to deal with this boss here. Team Kick are still here. In comes the tackle. Soldier going to be able to dimensional shift out of there. Arphalon, big focus. Void Prism goes down onto 3. They are ready for this. Where's the Apocalypse? There it is. Apocalypse is ready. KO is in the back, zoning as many people as he can. Apocalypse lands on 3. Starfall going to do as much damage as he can. Ancestral Healing does not go off. Rollick has been dropped low and silenced. And the chase is now on. Soldier is currently dueling 1 versus 1 with Mopsio, but Dread is coming in to try and help. Down goes Jaina in the back there. And another fight going into Tempo Storm, but the boss is on their base. Mopsio and the boss are currently trying to take down the core on their own, but back come some other members of Tempo Storm to try and deal with this. They need to send more, I think.
Yeah, Mopsio could probably just go on Soldier here and
He's
try and
tried it.
get the kill.
There's the shield. He's used his Storm Shield to shield himself there, but he does go down. But that is a lot off the core. In the meantime, yeah, boss is on the core on the other side, but that has already gone down. And they're going to be able to clear up the catapults. But so many members of Tempo Storm are alive. Looks like they may attempt to just go for the counter kill here. 50 seconds on Diablo, 23 on Jaina, 11 on Tyrande. She will be up in time to defend. But looks like Tempo Storm want to try and go in for an end.
Yep, they do still have Divine Storm available just to lock up Rollick and or Vonethil to try and stop their defending. The longer they take this, though, Arthalon, a lot of damage on him. Dread will be able to heal. But the longer they try and get here, the more the shield's going to have.
Going for it. He's drawn them all away. He's drawn them all away, so the rest of his damage dealers can come onto the other side. Yeah, this will be GG. ETC goes down. They're going to try and counter this. The fight begins. They're going to try and kill him off, but the core is so low already. In comes KO, and he even uses his jump at the end there. That will be GG, and first game goes over to Tempo Storm.
Yep, Team Kick Inc. though, last minute standing for this tournament today. They put up a really great fight there. 20 minutes, level 20 to 20. Almost finishing it off there with Mopsio and the boss. Really nice back and forth game we had there. And in fact, game time was exactly 20 minutes.
Yeah, KO doing a really good job in that game in the late game. Some amazing zoning is really what helped Tempo Storm win out that fight. Yep, Kick's choice. So we're going to be getting into the Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we had a great game on this in the last one, and then one not so great game on this due to internet problems. But we don't have to worry about internet problems in this time because we have a pause function.
Everyone loves pause functions, and that was unfortunate because we had it on the Wednesday and the pause function came in.
It came in as a hotfix, which actually delayed one of our other games. So the pause function ruined that one. Yep, damn it, Blizz indeed. So, would you like to introduce the left-hand team?
On the left-hand side, yet again, is going to be Team Kick. Rollick in the top lane on the Jaina. Mopsio playing Diablo. Alex the Prodigy on Tyrande yet again. Vonethil playing Rhaegar. And Tazdingo in the bot lane on the Sylvanas.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is going to be Tempo Storm. Starting in the top lane, it is going to be Glaurung on the ETC. In the mid lane, it is going to be Dreadnought once again on the Ufa. Arphalon is on the Valor, Kalo is on the Tychus, and in the bot lane, it is Soldier on the Tassadar.
As this is a map where roam squads really work out so great. And when you have a Tyrande Diablo, and it's about, 2 seconds between lanes? Not even?
Yeah, it's
just have so much map pressure.
It's a couple hero whips between the.
It's about
lanes.
5 Murkies.
I'd say 5. No, I'd say about 10 Murkies because they're quite skinny.
Yeah. And there it is. On to Glaurung. He gets stunned up again. He was the first one to feel that combo last game, and he's the first one to feel it this time. Unfortunately, though, he gets away on the same HP.
They might want to consider first ganking someone a bit easier to kill, but then again, the only other solo laner is Tassadar, who's not going to help.
But they're going to go on to Dread here. The Lunar Flare misses. They do try and go back here onto Mopsio. Dread surviving. He will be the first to fall. They're going to try and get some more damage onto Mopsio. Arthalon doing damage. He's getting healed up, though, by the Rhaegar and Alex. Glaurung going to be escaping this one.
Nope, they're going on to him. Mopsio taking a lot of damage. The vulnerable is down, and one more shot down he goes to Alex the Prodigy with that Hunter's Mark.
Commentator's curse right there.
Yep, he's going to get away, and he's dead. So, Soldier backing out here. He was dropped very low by Tazdingo. Tazdingo dueling very efficiently with that Sylvanas.
Definitely not that kind of orc.
As we actually haven't got a hand in just yet. Players need to keep, of course, farming up those mechanical spiders at the back there. I'm pretty sure they're mechanical, right?
They are mechanical spiders that drop gems of power that go into a soul cage. So machines have souls, apparently. In comes Mopsio again, stun
but
lands on...
Arthalon, he's going to feel the force of this one. Mopsio taking a lot of damage, looking to actually fall down here. Nice power slide there from Glaron. KO though is taken very low as both teams, gentleman's agreement, back away.
Yep, maybe looking for a turn in a bit. We do have Rhaegar with 7 gems, and Rollick does have 6. So, see what they get out of this. Level 4 has been hit by Team Kick thanks to their slight kill advantage. And it's standard stuff out of everyone. We do actually have Diablo going for the Soul Feast, as opposed to the quicker revive, just going for extra tankiness.
Yeah, wanting to stay in these fights for a lot longer.
Mopsio and now it's Pro G hanging around here. They were spotted by Oracle, so they went up to the mid lane. But Soldier already thinking about backing out. He's trying to bait people in. Now he's definitely going to back out because the enemy team is here. Nope, now he has to stay due to the fact that he would have been denied by the fire. So now he has to hang around and help clear this wave. Arvalon's here as well to help out with that.
Yeah, as the stun lands onto Soldier, which stops him back in there. This time not by his choice. And there he goes. He makes it this time. We only have Tempo Storm handing in 9 gems at the moment. Whereas the side of Team Kick have a good 30-40 on them right now. They've got about 45, I think. Close to getting a full turn in. Tastingo the first one. Followed by Vonathil.
Yep, both of them.
It could be these guys that get the Web Weavers.
They're going for it. It's just Jaina now in order for them to get enough to turn in, but she is busy with KO and Glaurung up in this top lane, just dueling from afar. Doesn't want to get caught out at all, especially with that many gems. But now they're going on to Glaurung. Blizzard does land. Both sets of the Blizzard land. Glaurung solo at Alex the Pro G. Once again, the one picking up the kill.
And now they have... Yep, they have enough now. They have 21? No. I can't math. They've got about 26. Although they only need 23, of course. Rollick's going to hand 17 all by himself. Soldier's going to get 15 in unless Alex stops him. But Team Kick right now just focusing on this mid lane. They have a level lead, soon to be a talent lead as well, as they hit level 7.
Yep, and Mopsio going for the turn in. That will create the first Web Weavers in the top lane, though. Rollick taking a bit of damage, and he does go down to the stun and the auto attack from Glaurung.
Luckily, that was after he got a turn in.
Yep, if he died with all those coins, that would have been... Sorry, all those gems. Wrong map. Would have been devastating. Tastingo just pushing this lane as much as possible. Just get as much out of this as you can. Arthalon in this bot lane with 22 gems, trying to defend as well as he can.
Yep, as the Web Weaver is down, they're going to try and focus this down. They are, of course, very, very squishy, but they do a lot of damage to towers, just like that. As the Taster Shield comes out, Web Weaver down to about half HP. And KO more or less has the one in the mid lane. Glaurung is currently 1v2 in, if you class the Web Weaver as a 1.
Yeah, he's actually been dropped very low, Vonathil, forcing him to back up. Bottom Web Weaver has gone down, so has the mid one. And down goes the top one. Yeah, like you said, Web Weavers, really, really squishy. I think we might see in the future teams deciding to not take Web Weavers until they've maybe killed off a load of the enemy team to try and get the maximum out of them.
But they can actually push and capitalize with it.
For now, though, teams seem to be just figuring out the map and just getting any turn-ins they can. It's not too hard to get a turn-in, just kill minions, and eventually it appears. And there we go, there's the tackle. Arthalon does get hit by 1/4 part of the blizzard, gets a heal from Dreadnought, that will keep him alive. Now Glaurung, though, is very low. He'll be backing up, gets a shield from Tassadar, and no one dies.
They're very close to it, but Arthalon needs to be very cautious with his 22 coins. We see Team Kick hand in 17 of their own, however, as Sylvanas is going to be pushing out this bot lane. You've really got to expect her to get quite a bit of damage off, as now Soldier has come down to try and stop this one.
Yep, and he should be able to deal with that pretty effectively. Mopsio thinking about turning in, but he's trying to hang around here, seeing if they can get a kill onto Dread instead. But Dread playing very far back on his mount. We'll more than likely see Mopsio either try and go in for a kill onto someone here, and looks like they're going on to Glaurung. Stun doesn't go down. Cleanse once again from Dread here. He's been on point with those. But Alex Pro G and Taz Dingo now in a much better position behind the ETC are going to give chase. In comes Mopsio again, gets the flip. The block did just come up for Glaurung, which prevented an auto, and that actually is going to allow him to not get away. Never mind, there's the stun, and there is the bite from Rhaegar, which will give them the kill.
Yep, as the Web Weavers are coming in for the side of Tempo Storm. They got a cheeky hand in at the top lane while there was all this damage in the bot. Soldier having to use his Dimensional Shift to get out of this one, shielding himself, but even so, that won't be enough. He dodges one stun, but Mobsio's tackle is going to be up very soon. There it is, flip, and there it is. But can they get the return kills? That's a question here. Arthalon, Dread, and KO are very close, but they could get engaged upon at this hard camp, but they are going to be able to secure that. So, Tastingo mounting up, backing away here, as they now have to deal with the Web Weavers, which should be a very easy task.
Indeed, shouldn't be too difficult for them. Bonneville just killing that off very quickly. We've pointed out so many times before, they're just so squishy. It's 5k health, Tychus has 1.8k. If it gets focused down, it doesn't last very long.
Yes.
As it's just this one in the top lane now that does have the aid of 4 players from Tempo Storm. It's already got 2 towers. Fountain's going to be next. Rollick very low as well. He has to be careful, but so did Tempo Storm, as we can see the rotation coming up from Team Kick. Tastingo on the front line. He might want to be a little bit careful. He does have his escape, but of course that can be interrupted by a Tychus bomb, or of course a ETC stun, or a Dread stun.
Speaking of ETC stun, we have the mosh pit been taken by ETC, which makes a lot of sense on this map, considering, we've mentioned it so many times, how small it is. And there we go, ETC is now right in amongst the enemy team, choosing to back out though, rather than engage with the mosh pit. Once again, cleanse out of Dread, something a little bit slow, but still able to save. And we're thinking about it, his power side is not up yet. Odin has already been popped, and in comes ETC. He's giving chase, he dives onto Mopsio, but there's not enough people here for his mosh pit to be worth. Instead, he's just going very aggressive. Kalo also trying to drop as much damage as he can. In comes Rollick from behind, but nice dash from that Odin to dodge out the way of that Cone of Cold.
And some nice return damage there from Arthalon onto Rollick. But he had already tapped the Phantom Dread, now getting turned into Hunter's Mark.
Oh, this will be it!
Himself
oh my god!
Mosh pit gets interrupted by the Apocalypse. Arthalon didn't, however. Vonethil low, Tastingo low, Mopsio though, he is a beast of a tank right now on this front line. Even flips Glaurung into the team. He should escape from this one. Gets stunned up again here. Blizzard won't be enough, as now Alex gets a lot of damage onto him from KO's overkill. But hey, 1 for 0 there. Big fight, but it was only Dread to fall.
Yeah, if that Apocalypse had not gone down there, that would have probably been an easy fight for Tempo Storm.
Yes.
But the Apocalypse went down, and that did deny it. The only other person who could have really stopped that, so the only other 2 people, were in the mosh pit. Tyrande was in it, so Lunar Flare wouldn't have come down, and Sylvanas was in it, so no Wailing Arrow to deny that. But the Apocalypse was on point, able to deny that mosh pit. And we also have Divine Storm out of Dread, so a very stun-heavy comp. Only way it could be more stunny is if Reign of Vengeance was taken instead of Strafe from Valor.
Yeah, but of course you've got that big front line now of Uther and Glaurung. If they get those stuns off into a Strafe, that is just so much damage down, and an Odin on top of that as well. The consistent damage fights, the long fights, will certainly favour Tempo Storm. Whereas Team Kick, they just have the burst of Jaina, the burst of Tyrande Mark. And then once one rotation is used, they've got a bit of a cooldown period of about 5-6 seconds where they just rely on Mopsio's CC and Vonethil's heals to keep them alive.
Indeed, for now though, Team Kick going to be pushing in very hard, doing as much as they can. KO, just using his overdrive, going to clear out some of these spiders for now. But that wave ability, I would like to know what that's called one day. But that wave ability coming out from the Web Weaver just does a lot of damage, takes out basically all the remaining buildings in that area. But once again, Tempo Storm, despite the fact they're losing in terms of almost everything, still keeping up relatively okay in terms of XP, only 1 level and 1 talent behind.
Deliver the gems to my
Indeed, and why don't you coin a phrase for the web?
Well, it's just a wave. I don't know what I'd call it. Web wave. You got a third W for that? We can make it the WWW.
The Web Weaver's Web Wave.
Someone's gonna make that into a. Someone's gonna make a picture of that. Only instead of wave, it will be rave. The Web Weaver's Web Rave.
Anyway, there's going to be a 5-man push in this top lane that's not actually forcing a rotation just yet. Only now are we seeing Soldier and Dread coming up. They have been able to get 2 towers, which is equivalent to about 1600 XP.
They've also Tempo Storm though have hit their level 13s, so they're finally even on talents. So if they're going to want to fight they're going to have to do it relatively soon. We are going to see Tempo, though, just get their turn in now while they have a chance. KO, though, going to be a bit late here. Glamour was not denied. There's the stun. And he is just going to dash out there, make sure he doesn't get picked off. Apocalypse is down, though, so now Mosh Pit is basically free to use. KO is coming in with the Odin. Arthalon has been separated, though. He is going to get taken down. And that is just the team of Tempo Storm split up so much. There's the Mosh Pit, but in comes Diablo from the side with the side swipe. Larong is now on the run. He will get stunned down and killed off. Kalo are going to be able to get out of here on this Tychus. Soldier, though, is on the run. There's the silence, but he's able to Dimensional Storm out of the silence thanks to Prescience. But he will still go down. Kalo, only one to live. And Team Kick are just going to go in for this.
Yep, they do have the Sylvanas here. KO has to do his best to try and push them back from this one. Vonathil is on pretty low HP as is Mopsio, but the rest of the team are very nicely up. We're only 12 minutes in, of course, so death timers aren't that big of a deal, as we're now seeing Dread and Arthalon come back into this.
Oh, double stun, though.
They aren't going to be able to keep on chasing because of the Blizzard and the Lunar Flare. Rollick did think about engaging back upon that, and then thought better of it. I guess the only thing this game needs now is, of course, for Team Kick to go to the throw pit.
Yeah, this is the case, and that is exactly where they are heading. Everyone is grouped up in this top lane, except for Sylvanas, who is busy clearing this bottom lane. We're actually seeing Tempo Storm just go for this easy camp, and that is basically free license for Team Kick to start on this top boss, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Sylvanas staying down here to keep an eye on it, but she immediately sees Tempo Storm start heading up here, but they're going to be far too late.
Yep, boss already down on to less than half HP, down to about a quarter now. ETC is going to be the first man to get in
make
here.
it.
They could do it.
Oh,
Power slide into Mosh Pit.
vulnerable.
Power
Get it!
slide.
Oh! Shadow
Nice play by
charge
Mopsio.
denied.
Coming out as well, slowing them down. Arthalon strafe though. Look at the damage coming in there. Such a confined space. Alex Pro G has to force out the ancestral healing onto him. Valor does fall down. Vonathil should be next to fall, but it's going to be Tychus, in fact. Dread very low, Glamour low, Soldier low. And this fight has gone completely in the favour of Team Kick. Soldier going down. That's the ace. You've got to think this is the game.
Yeah, this will definitely be the game. They're just going to let the boss push top lane. They're going to head to the mid lane and go straight for the core. And even with Wailing Arrow hitting no one, Team Kick able to take this fight. And this will be taking the game. 8 seconds till Valor. She's not going to be able to do anything. Core already dropping down way too quickly. And this will be GG, and this will bring the score up to 1-1.
It will. This is our first series that has gone to 10 games? 3 games?
10-game series. No,
down.
thank you. I will pass on the 10-game series, thank you. And yeah, that is GG. Most of them did die. Rollick and Mopsio were quite low, so there was a chance that they could have done it, but not enough damage, not enough people alive. So GG. Score to 1-1, and the last map is going to be, I believe, the Pirate Bay, if I am correct.
Yes. So last map, if needed, is Bay. So we're going to see Black Hearts, another hand-in, turn-in map.
Indeed. So, for now, we're going to head to a very quick break. When we come back, it'll be game number 3 between Team Kick incoming and Tempo Storm. So, if Tempo Storm is the only team, if they lose this match, they can still win if they beat out both Na'Vi. And, yeah, they can win if they 2-0, if they beat out Na'Vi and they beat out, Acer.
Acer. If they win this and 2-0 Na'Vi, they come first. If they win this and 2-1 Na'Vi, then it's a tie. No,
because it goes to matchups first before maps.
Yeah, okay.
So if they can,
man, round robins are hard.
Yes, basically, if they win one of their games and then beat Na'Vi, then they win. For now, though, we need to talk about this game.
We do indeed, and this game on the left-hand side for the third and final game in this series, we have Vonathil on the Uther, Roller Contasta, Alex the Pro G. Pretty sure the G stands for Gamer on the Karrigan, Tasdingo on the Sylvanas, Mopsio on the ETC, and together they are Team Kick.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is going to be Tempo Storm. And starting in the bottom lane, because he's on his own, it is going to be Soldier playing the Abathur. Heading down to the bottom lane now, it is Galrung playing the Illidan. And it is KO playing the Zagara. It's been a long day already. I hope I won't do that again. Yep, Arthalon is playing the Jaina, and in the top lane, it is going to be Dread playing the Rhaegar.
I keep wanting to call him Dread Knight.
It is Dreadnought.
I know.
Think,
Screw UK
think
Dota.
ocean. Think Ocean Gate. Think Ocean warships. That will help.
No, it doesn't. Glamour
not?
getting the symbiote. In fact, no, the symbiote's on a minion here. This is an interesting 3-man push down bot.
Yep, Symbiote going on the minion is just going to help them push much harder, thanks to the fact that minions will be getting the shield as well. But this does guarantee the bottom chest over the Tempo Storm.
So, Abatha has taken Survival Instinct, looking like a Locust build to start things off.
I might be wrong. It might be
This
the
could
split-push
be
Abatha
so
build.
cheesy.
Tempo Storm, as we have been told, pioneers of many a cheese on the NA server. Bring it over to this time as well. This one's not really pioneering, but sort of reviving.
Yeah.
Cheese revival.
I'm worried as to how this one could go.
I'm very worried as to how this one could go. Galarong currently being called out by Vonnefield, but able to back out after taking a little bit of harassment there, and gets healed by Dread.
Now, Clarong did get all 5 coins from the top chest, whereas the mid chest, all 5 went over. Well, 4 on ETC, 1 on Rolex Tacita. Kerrigan and ETC.
Just quickly, KO's playing very far back here to stop himself being ganked. Because of that, he's actually missed out on a lot of XP.
He hasn't. You can really see it in the level as well. But Illidan's going to try and solo this easy camp to this hard camp, as soon as it spawns. But I guess with Symbiote, that's going to be all good.
Yeah, with Symbiote, it's fine. Like, it's the whole Illidan or Arthas could solo these camps. No, he'll do it. He's just checking to make sure there's no one hiding. Yep, there's
there
Symbiote.
it is.
People have
Easy peasy.
no trouble doing that with the Symbiote at all. And in the meantime, we are seeing Zagara finally putting a bit more aggressive in this bot lane, but ETC and Kerrigan are here. KO does get stunned. There's the second. Oh no! Pulled out of the stun, and he's gone away thanks to the creep wailing. The Banshee Whale comes over. 30 health. Gets out of there very, very close.
Alex pulled KO out of the stun as well.
Yeah, if that had gone down.
Yeah, if the stun landed, that was a dead Zerg unit. Finally, Illidan's taken that hard camp. That's going to help Rhaegar out quite a bit in this top lane here. Uther almost died there. He had to use the protective shield on himself, I believe, as well as Tacita's shield to stay alive. KO pinging down onto this easy camp. That's going to get taken by Illidan and the Abatha again. As we now see, Symbiote host gains 25% attack speed, the Adrenal Overload on the Abatha, so now transitioning into a Symbiote build.
Yep, and all this really means is, at the moment, these Locusts are just going to be able to just keep this push going, but you don't really take any Locust hands until later as is, so we still have the chance of seeing some Siege Locusts coming in. And they don't have Tyrande, though. If they had Tyrande, they could have just got some amazing vision into the enemy base that way. But we'll have to see how they go. Illidan currently trying to turn in his 9 coins, and he just makes it in time, but in comes ETC to punish him for that with Kerrigan, and down he goes, annihilated.
We are blessed.
That's first blood.
Yep. It is indeed, as now Mopsio is here taking down this chest. 1 coin drops.
Yep, and Arthalon
He
gets
can go and
pushed
hand
back.
it by himself after one.
Yep, Arthalon getting pushed back by Rollick as well, seeing as Vonnefield and Alex the Pro G are also here taking the middle lane chest. But we're actually looking pretty good in favour of Team Kick at the moment. They've just hit their level 7s.
We are blessed.
And thanks to the amount of XP that they've missed, we are seeing Temper Storm a bit far behind in terms of their XP. Not going to be hit, only just about to hit level 7.
And there's the hand in. I don't think it will get a keep unless Rollick gets a lot of damage off onto these towers.
Very quickly, but it is
Very
unlikely.
quickly. 1, 2, 3 should take out that tower. 1, 2... Okay, 3. I don't think it's enough. It might just be.
Well, no,
Okay,
it goes
just
into
going
tower
onto that
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll
1,
take 2 hits.
2.
3. And
Yeah,
3
no,
more
it's not
hits.
enough.
That will take it down to 1 shot away. Storm going down.
That
Monster
might.
Triumph. No, it won't. Not enough still.
2,
I stand corrected.
3.
So that is the keep. That is the fort, sorry. Gone down. And Illidan soloing the boss with Abatha.
What is this?
Sneaky, sneaky. He's
This
being
is
dropped quite low,
disgusting.
but he is going to be able to do it. Zagara goes down in the bot lane, though. Abatha went down to help for a second, and is now just going to come back up here and help this, and this is going to work.
This
Barely,
is
but it's going
dirty.
to work. Yeah, and Illidan, ladies and gentlemen, and there we go. First boss of the game at 5 minutes
We are
20,
blessed.
going over to Tempo Storm.
But this is a very, very squishy boss, and thank you to ADRD. I forgot to change overlay.
Oh.
Thank you, ADRD. Literally, I'm worst producer EU.
You are at this point.
I am the worst. No one put me in charge of production.
For now, though, level 10 has been hit by Team Kick here. And we're seeing sad stuff. We're actually seeing the Divine Shield and the Stage Dive. Maelstrom is coming out of Kerrigan, just choosing that AoE damage as opposed to that Ultralist to hunt down Illidan with.
We are blessed by the light.
Glaron choosing not to hang around there with Kerrigan and ETC, the two most CC heavy members of the squad. And Savannah's having to back out. She was a bit outnumbered. Doesn't want to get picked off there in the bottom lane.
So Abathur now moving up to this top lane to try and get a push off up there. Team Kick get another hand in, and this is one of the problems with having an Abathur on this map, is that you just lose the pressure on a map to try and actually force a hand in here. And especially considering that Team Kick are level 10, then it means they do of course have the upper hand.
This is very much the case, and we're actually seeing Team Kick roll into the enemy jungle here, thinking about taking the easy camp, but it looks like they're actually going to take the risk and go for it. And Abathur is going to be backing up a bit. Into a different vent. In comes Illidan. Zagara's on the other side. Zagara's coming in. They have their heroics. There's the more hits too. And Illidan was in the circle, but he backed out of it. But Rollick is separated from his team. Illidan dashes back into the circle. Glamrock is they're gonna do it. Dread is running away here. Arthalon completely separated from his team. Dread just gonna heal himself. And Team Kick dominating this game. Arthalon is now trapped on the wrong side of his fort, being chased down. Abathur is on his head, but in comes the rest of the team. Takes down Ufa though.
Yeah, does indeed, and we have the ultimate evolution heroic for Abathur. Instead of going for the split push monstrosity, we're going to go for what I assume is a double Illidan or a double Jaina. Just try and get so much burst out. Even a double Zagara could work and have a lot of single target damage.
Killers.
Yeah.
Always love those extra hunter killers, but it's more likely, like you said, going to be the Jaina or maybe even the Rhaegar, actually. Just extra heals. Just any clone here isn't going to be terrible, even though you don't get the heroics, but you do get that extra 20% ability power and damage.
Which on an Illidan is a lot.
It is. It's very much a lot. Going to see Dread roll in here and get the talent. And also there's the fact that once you hit level 20 with this talent, it gives the whoever you originally copied a shield that refreshes every 5 seconds.
And this hand-in should get the mid-fort, I believe. Interesting that Tastar hasn't got Mule on 7, but I guess, of course, he more or less has to go for as much damage as he can in this composition. 1 shot on each of the towers, 1 onto the fountain, 2 onto the tower.
Yeah,
no.
2 on the tower. The shield, shield might protect that. It's a bit later, so the forts are a bit tougher to kill. 3 on the tower, in fact. So yeah, it's definitely not going down.
Yeah, it's going to survive.
We are in the later game now, so that middle fort will survive. Boop. Boop. Just, but yes, it does survive. We are going to see Tempo Storm group up at this turn-in, see if they can catch someone out. Dread is here with 3 coins. But there's the Oracle, immediately catch them out. They were not having any of that. Alex Pro G diving in, stun, and the pull do not land. Talent advantage is in favour of Kick at the moment. They are holding this location as well as they can.
Yep, and we have the battle momentum into Maelstrom and now sprint onto the Kerrigan, trying to get into the fray as quickly as she can and do as much AoE damage in there. Chests have spawned again as this hand-in goes towards now the mid-towers of the keepers. We're actually seeing Glaurung go pretty aggressive here. They're looking to try and get in here. Glaurung metamorphosis in onto 4 people, getting stunned up as soon as he comes out. He gets a very nice ancestral off as, oh wow, that
is a good ward. That might be their chance.
ETC stage dive in. Soldier doing a lot of work on Tavonithil here. He's getting stunned up, taking most of the force on that one. Glaurung now, it's his turn to try and do his job. Symbio is down. Alex the Pro G low. Illidan goes down, as does Kerrigan, Dread, KO, and Arthalon. They're having to run away from this one. The best thing that Abathur can do now is Symbio Arthalon, but that's not going to come in. It looks like Kick are going to extend their lead even further now as KO's looking to go down. They try and get some damage back onto Tazdingo. He jumps in. Dread will go down as well.
Tazdingo just getting out alive. And yeah, 4 for 1. Technically 5 if you count the ultimate evolution. But Abathur came out of that and he jumped onto Illidan. Illidan started doing work. But just as that happened, Illidan just got chain CC'd, and that is exactly what they needed to do. They got the Kerrigan and the ETC stunned down, and then Illidan just died. There's not much you can do about that.
As instead of pushing this one out, they're going to go for the boss and then probably push with it. How many coins do they have? They have enough to hand in, sitting on 17 right now. They'll have 19 after they grab these two.
Yep, and there's some small camps on the way that they can also grab. And I just got a message from someone saying overlay. I'm not sure if
yeah, I've done it now.
That's okay. That is out of date. Then good to see.
Yep.
All right, so
I changed it as soon as ADRD messaged me.
Good. Benediction has been taken by Ufa on the level 6 as the level 16 talent. Cold Embrace is also on the Sylvanas. It's going to make it even easier to pick off Illidan here. Oh, yep, Moxio has DC'd, and glad we have a pause feature. And Moxio is back. This is why we have a pause feature.
Yeah.
Apparently your scenes are wrong. They can't see full screen.
Yeah, probably stream delay.
Okay, fair enough.
I have it right here. In-game is set up.
Good.
Are full screen.
Just making it doubly sure.
Yep.
All right, so asking if everyone is ready. Tempo are ready. And Tempo currently just defending against this boss in the top lane. And Abathur has gone for those Siege Locusts. So I think he is going for the backdoor build, but Tempo have to live long enough for that. Mopsio's DC'd again.
I think it might be a needs must thing.
A needs must?
As in, it's got to this stage, they're losing team fights, just go backdoor.
Quite
but I guess
possibly.
if it's got to this point, then you, of course, transition into full-on Symbio or go Siege.
And they are going Siege. They have the option for those extra Locusts. They currently, though, have no way to get vision of the enemy base.
Because there's no global mines.
There's no global mines. He's going to have to do the creep forwards, creep and then mine, and then tunnel. Creep, mine, tunnel, in order to work his way towards the enemy base that way. It's more likely, though, I think he's just going to put his nests down and just get the damage going that way.
Yeah.
But now, though, Tempo Storm all beginning to group up. Abathur's actually going to back up a bit, seeing as his bottom lane is being cleared.
Looks like you're full.
Yep, as they're actually going to get spotted out here. They spot the mines using the Oracle, but they don't care. They're just going to walk over them anyway. ETC is, of course, split pushing because of the stage dive. Abathur trying to push out top.
Oh, Abathur needs to move.
Abathur does need
dodge,
to move.
dodge.
Soldier, be careful.
Standing in two different ways to get himself killed there. Able to dodge both of them, though. And Tempo Storm still not got their level 16 talents. They're trying to work their way there, but they are so far behind at this point. They're going to have to get some amazing fights in order to do this. Disadvantage of not running a warrior. And there's the Cold Embrace hitting pretty much everyone there except for Glaurung, who arrives a little late. But yeah, they need to basically get the perfect fight in order to bring this back. Or Abathur needs to start pulling some crazy stuff. They are level 16. It is going to be the Locust Brood. And Abathur just dropping it down here to help with the defense.
Yep, and you really can't fault him for doing that. Just try and help with the counter push here. They do a lot of damage, clearing so many waves. As Team Kick, you can try and get more coins on the table as the chests spawn as well.
Yep, Team Kick know that if they continue to dominate the map in this way and just keep control of everything, then they don't really need to fight Tempo. As we see there, they're just choosing not to fight Tempo, just going to get the coins and leave. Glaurung going very aggressively, but Kick just aren't interested.
Yeah, this would be a great time for Tempo Storm to try and force a fight. You have Soldier moving up to the top lane, of course. Not a bad idea considering the size of the wave. It's going to spawn 3 Locusts as well using that Locust Brood talent. And symbioting the Knights as well. This is going to get a lot of damage down onto this top keep. You can see the amount of damage that these Locusts are now doing.
Yeah, but the Psy Storm not actually hitting the Locust there, instead just hitting the minion wave. ADC is going to try and knock him back and deal with it that way. Abathur already backing out, just staying on the move, staying very mobile, making sure he doesn't get caught. Glaurung going to see Tazdingo attempting to turn in here. ETC can stage dive into this, but Tempo Storm now don't seem as willing to fight as they were a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, they are about to hit level 17, however. Glaurung looking like he wants to go in. He does go on to Tazdingo, but look at that! He gets absolutely melted there as Mopsio stage dives in. The Maud doesn't hit anyone, I don't think. In fact, no, it only hit Vonethil.
Yeah, but it hit
Sylvanas
but
goes down.
Yeah, there was a clone. There was a clone on Jaina as well.
Yeah.
That got wiped out, and that just wasn't even close.
By the light.
This is going to be
Sylvanas,
another
though.
hand in.
Yep, they did get Sylvanas, but this hand in will do a lot of damage and basically take down this top keep, do a bit of damage to the bottom buildings, probably wipe out the fountain there. And we're seeing Kick just show dominance in this match.
Yep, as now they're going to grab the siege camp as well and push for this bottom 4 as the cannon goes on to the top one. Sorry, I meant keep. Abatha getting a push off this top lane. They want to get this top 4 down just to swing some more XP onto their side. Arthlon defending this bot lane. The later this game goes on, however, the more you've got... Well, the later this game goes on without team fights, the more you have to favour Tempo Storm because they have the Abatha, they have the push potential.
Like, definitely it's a situation of if this game goes on for long enough, then Tempo Storm might win. But Kick is so far ahead at this point. There's a Shrink Ray onto Glaurung, and he's going to continue giving chase though because the rest of the team of Team Kick are separate, and that one does not get stunned. He's going to be able to actually do not go back in. Just because ETC isn't here, you do not go back in. He can just dive in.
They are going to get the easy camp, however, and this is a nice steal again. It just limits the potential that Kick have to suffocate Tempo Storm here. They currently do not have anywhere near enough coins. Although Glaurung, you need to be careful, sir.
Oh no, here comes the stun combo. There it is, and Glaurung goes down. And this is just a huge issue. Tempo Storm are in so much trouble. They have to stop these turn-ins. They're about to lose their next keep. Their last keep, in fact. And like we said, it's a very long-term solution, this Abatha, that in a game where they don't have enough time.
Yeah, and the way Black Hearts work as well. Black Hearts bait, the game will end sooner or later. It's just a matter of time as Dreadnought falls. Stage dive coming in. 2-man grab.
The Moor's good. Soldier is in here with the extra AP. But yeah, he's the last one alive. He's going to go down. And yeah, the cannon's now onto the core. And this is going to be GG. And Team Kick are going to take this. And now the pressure is really, really on to Tempo Storm, as they are the last ones that can claim first place here. But Team Kick putting themselves in a good position to try and take second here.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're now 1-1, I believe.
They are 1-1. They're 1-1 with a 2 and 3 map ratio.
Okay.